you guys are having a great time. And in this video, we're going to be learning about how to attack the king. You guys have probably already learned how to defend the king safety, in our last video. And in this video will be a follow-up to that. And I think you've already heard it. So thank you for clicking on this, and let's get started. So attacking in chess is really hard for most people, since you have to find the right pawn breaks, right piece development, and the right side to attack. So, I'm gonna give you a full rundown on this. First of all, pretend a normal game will go like this, as you can see, and then you just play a normal fianchetto. How about the castle? Fianchetto to do this, and here. This is a standard position for most of you. White has a little bit more advantage since they're more developed, but it's not really felt. So to make that felt, attacking is kind of like saying that I'm gonna get to your king. Pretend a move like this is played, and then you just break up the center. This queen is much more active right now. I guess it's a little bit targeted, but it's really active. Like, as you can see, these are both eyeing down here. However, the knight can move and attack the queen, but it's not that bad. Another line can go like, if you do any of this, if they don't take you, make sure that you play a move like here, try and develop your bishop, and then you go here. Now, this is a really common thing, and most people struggle here since they don't know how to, they don't know actually how to attack. So, as you can see, the knight is guarded. The queen was guarding that before, and the knight is now guarded, so that's fixing. So, what you want to do is make sure everything is guarded in your position, have a nice fundamental, and then start attacking. And I'm going to run down on it for you. So, attacking comes in many ways. You could either shift block all your pieces to one side of the board and try punching there, or you could just like chip away the defenders. For example, you could play a move like bishop to g5, pinning the knight to the queen. Therefore, the knight will be very useless in the defense. And then eventually you'll probably want to bring your rooks in. In a perfect world, it would look like this. In a perfect world, this would be a good thing. Unfortunately, it's not very perfect right now since that just hangs the knight. But if this knight was I should probably give you guys a better example here. So if this knight was guarded, this would be much better. Obviously, I'm just giving you an example. Usually this wouldn't be in your real games, but to give you a full basic understanding, to attack in chess, you'll need to first close one side of the board, and after that, you have to shift block all your pieces to one side as well, and start pressuring. And then, if that doesn't work, you could do something else, which I'll mention next. So, let's go. We play here, they go here, you do this, okay? Most of the time, you guys will be your opponent and you will be both castling at the same direction. But you might have not known about this, but there's another thing. So let's just play a move like this, clear up some space. They castle this way. That's important. They castle kingside. That's known as OO, which stands for castling. Then you go here, and a surprise, this is castling queenside. This is known as OOO. Now, this unlocks different things. So, first of all, you know in our last video that we learned that you don't want to push pawns in front of your kings, and that induces weaknesses. Well, in this video, we're gonna use that knowledge to some extent and then swap it around. For example, now, what's the best source to break down the other side? Pawns. They have low value, but there's many of them. So a move like here, not the best, but you want to keep on experimenting with these in your games. You might not win them, but that's okay. And then eventually, pretend I'm just going to come out with some moves here. This is a hanging pawn. Make sure you see that in your real games. Maybe go here. So, this is pretty good for black if white does nothing about it. Since right now, you will see that g4 will be a devastating move. First of all, you can get your bishop in. This is not the best move, but it's pretty devastating since there's no h pawn. There's no h pawn. Look, you have to also use your coordinates. And we'll actually learn more about coordinates in our later videos. This is an h pawn. There's no h pawn since you traded it a long time back over here, remember? And now this is pinned, and this pawn is going to march up the board. Might I also add that pawns, once they get to the end of the board, they promote to any piece they want. Therefore, the opponent will be trying to stop that as most of the times as possible, because usually that happens in endgames. So, pretend now this is pretty bad for white. They can't do much right now. You just push the pawn. And this is winning because the pawn will have to be taken. I'm going to just play this move. It's still fine. Go here. And once it gets taken, the rook is dominating. And eventually you can transfer all your pieces towards this side. That's done. That's it. That's a phenomenon known as pawn storms. Now, once you play a move like this, I want you to know something. You also have to watch out for their plans. For example, you're not the only one that's attacking. They can also attack you. For example, moves like jumping in, transferring to the middle, maybe moving some pieces further to this side of the board. And then they have the privileges as well to attack you. Don't forget that. And eventually they will get to you. But that's why you have to enhance defenses. And I recommend you watch our last video, since that explained the basic rules. And now we're getting to our last section of the video. Now, attacking comes in many ways, right? This is not specifically targeting attacking in general. It's targeting the attacking for the king. Since the king attacks are one of the most vicious attacks that you guys will need to know. And I think we can end this video right now. Hope you guys had this great time watching this video. And I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.